You picked the South Loop to move on to. Everybody in Chicago is always curious about what's the next hot neighborhood. Leaving the South Loop out of the calculations, what other neighborhoods do you think have some potential?
Well, you know, it's an interesting question, going back to our concentric circles discussion. I don't know that there are any undiscovered neighborhoods in Chicago anymore. I think in this last explosive phase of development, you've seen the market move in so many different directions that there are many developments throughout the city. And so
I've always considered much of that movement misguided.
Well,
are there neighborhoods that you like better than others?
well, I think.
I mean, I look and I say there. I don't know why people built there.
Yeah, it's true. I certainly feel like that.
Some of that.
I think there's always that, because there's always two sides to home ownership, in my opinion. There is the lifestyle side and the quote-unquote investment side. And to me, when it's your home, the lifestyle side has to be the predominant factor in your decision. How close is it to amenities? How easy is transportation to where you work or spend your leisure time? And there have been a lot of neighborhoods where a lot of that stuff just doesn't hold. There are no amenities from a shopping standpoint. Transportation is difficult. Access to amenities is limited. But hey, you can get it on the ground floor.
But spent shell casings are plentiful in some of them.
Well, that's true for some neighborhoods, no question. So to me, in this next rational recovery phase of the economy, people are going to come back to those basic tenets of real estate purchase. And I think location, 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 the cliche you always hear about this business, and the importance of making a lifestyle decision are going to really come back to be the dominant factors in people's decisions. And so you're going to see neighborhoods that are on transportation lines, close to things like the lakefront or major parks and other amenities, be in the areas that are attractive. And that's why I think the whole, not just South Loop, but southern portion of the city, whether it be from Grant Park all the way south down to South Shore, are going to be very popular in this next wave. The Olympics certainly might play into that, though I don't think any of us are betting on it as a certainty. And even if it does come, it's 9 years away, 8, 9 years away before it has an effect on the housing market. But I think it just points to what's happening along that lakefront corridor all the way up and down. And I think that will continue because of access to amenities, ease of transportation to major work corridors, and leisure time offerings that it has to be a hot neighborhood.
So you're looking to really to the south more rather than Edgewater, Rogers Park?
Well, I think to some degree, yes. That was the next market I was going to talk about, is Edgewater a little bit, because it has the same things that the south has on the north side. It has the proximity to the lake. It's got great transportation to downtown. Its transportation to the suburbs isn't as good. You know, you want to get on the highway. My brother, for example, works in rolling metals and lives in that area, and it's tough for him to get to work. You live downtown, you can jump right on the highway feeders at any point. You have easy access to 290, to 90, you know, so all of those highways are readily accessible. But it has the lakefront on the north, and it has the transportation to downtown. What it doesn't have is as much undeveloped property. So the ability to put together larger scale developments is much more limited up there, though it's still possible, and there's a lot of areas in Uptown in particular where there's a lot of available property, but not as much so, I don't think, as you find in the southern portion of the city.